when you stare at me, I get nervous with butterflies.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it focused? I can't see.
I think so.
I lost my glasses. Hey guys! How are you doing today? As you can tell, I'm back with my gorgeous girlfriend, Monica Garner.
Yay! Woo!
Say hi, baby.
Hi, baby.
You're cheeky. Firstly, there's two massive red lines on my nose right now. That's because I've been wearing my glasses all day. But if I put my glasses on, then they reflect in the light behind us. So I think you guys would rather see two red lines here. So I thought we'll just kind of give you an update on what's going on in our lives now that we're back in the UK, and just have a chat about a few things today. Firstly, as you can tell, like I said, we're back in the UK. I like this little glitter thing you got going on.
Highlighter?
Yeah. That looks cute. Monica flew over a few days ago, didn't you, darling girlie?
Oh, yeah.
Also, if you hadn't noticed, Monica's blonde.
Kinda. I'm blonde. Exciting. I didn't tell Sam I was doing it, and then I surprised him on the phone. I was like, oh, by the way, hey, I'm blonde.
I know, that's so cool. Yeah, that was a great surprise, because we've been talking about her going blonde for a while, because Monica's been saying for quite a while now, oh, I really want to get blonde hair, but I'm kind of scared. And I'm like, Mon, at the end of the day, you're 21 years old. Go blonde if you want. If you don't like it, you can dye it back. Like, who cares? So one big question that we get asked quite a lot that I want to kind of shed light to and answer today is, how often do we argue? Because I know in our videos it kind of seems like we live kind of a happy-go-lucky, never fighting life, doesn't it? We never really argue in videos, and we never really have any drama in our videos. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that, and if any of you guys are in a long-distance relationship, you can kind of relate it to your personal situation. To be honest, we don't really fight at all, do we?
We fight like 3 times a day, but that's like not that much, right?
Like 7 times a day. But no, honestly, what you guys actually see in our videos is pretty much what we're actually like. In fact, we actually kind of tone ourselves down for the videos a little bit because we're kind of a bit too cringy in real life, and any of our friends can kind of attest to that, can't they? I mean, Liz, her sister, and Sean, one of my best friends and stuff, they always say, yeah, you guys are so different in your videos, because when we're in real life, we're always like just speaking in weird, cute little voices to each other, and like always cuddling and always like snuggling and stuff like that. So we actually kind of tone it down for videos, if anything. Basically, at the end of the day, how we're acting in front of the cameras and how we're kind of portraying our relationship online, it isn't fake. I just wanted to kind of get that out there and say that we don't just kind of do stuff for the cameras. I know a lot of you guys feel like a lot of YouTubers do stuff for the cameras and do stuff for the views and, you know, whatever, but we want to be, you know, when we first kind of started doing this, when we first started kind of putting our relationship out there for you guys to see, the main kind of thing for me was that I want to do everything on camera that I'm going to do anyway. So for example, if I buy Monica a bouquet of roses, I was going to do that anyway. I'm not doing it for the camera. Or if Monica surprises me by flying over to England, we were doing that kind of stuff before we started filming our relationship. It's not kind of for YouTube that we're doing that kind of stuff.
I have one that I'd never even put out when I showed up in the box. We never filmed that. We filmed when it actually happened, but I never like made a video about it.
But yeah, the whole kind of point behind that is, yeah guys, I don't want to ever do stuff for the views. I don't want to ever do stuff for YouTube. I want to be 100% kind of genuine and honest and straightforward with you guys with the content that we're putting out and kind of the view of ourselves that we're kind of providing with, if you get what I mean.
Also, going off what he said, we've met like a lot of our subscribers now, which is amazing. Like if we're in London or in Manchester, then people will like tweet that we're there, and then people will come see us and stuff. And I think almost every time we've met someone, they always like tweet us afterwards or DM us afterwards saying like, oh, you guys are just like you are in your videos, you guys are so sweet, you're the nicest YouTubers that we ever met. I don't even know if
Which is 100% false, we're horrible people.
Stop it. We know a lot of people who change for the camera. Like the second the camera's on, it says,
oh, we know
crazy person. And then
we know people that are kind of really negative, introverted people, and as soon as the camera comes on, it's like, hey guys, how are you doing? We do argue sometimes, and that's natural in relationships. I don't think we've ever had a big fight about anything serious, have we? We've been dating for almost 3 years now. It will be... Did your phone just go off? I kind of need to put my phone on silent as well. We started dating on the 16th of October 2015, so in like 3 months or so, it'll be 3 years that we've been dating, and during that time we've never had a serious fight. But we do argue about stuff, and we do get on each other's nerves sometimes, and I just want to let you guys know that that is 100% normal. Yeah, it's natural. Like that happens in every single relationship. ever.
And also something I would suggest if you do get in a lot of arguments and stuff is something that stop saying he's so handsome.
Sorry.
Something that
So handsome.
Yeah. When you stare at me, I get nervous with butterflies.
Really?
Yeah.
You're cutie, probably.
I love you. Something that I've noticed is if we do have an argument or something, we resolve it within like 10 minutes. Like we don't, if it's at nighttime, we don't go to bed unless we resolve it, and that's like partly because of me, because I never ever want to go to bed like
I remember
angry at
we
someone
had
or, like, someone
we had one argument like a year and a half ago, and I remember, and I got really mad at her for something. I think you were just being quite insecure about stuff. I forgot what it was. It wasn't over anything serious, and I went to bed because obviously I'm 5 hours ahead of Monica here, so I went to bed and I just kind of, I'm not very emotional really. I've said this before. If you guys have watched this channel for a while, or Monica's or our kind of relationship channel before, you'll know that I'm not very emotional at all, and Monica by far makes up for that. Monica's the most emotional person you'll ever come across in your life, whereas I don't really have any feelings. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so I just kind of don't think about things, and because I was 5 hours ahead, I went to bed when we were in this fight, and I woke up the next morning to all these texts from Monica crying her eyes out saying, how dare you let me go to sleep sad and stuff, and I felt so bad the next morning. Yeah. I don't even remember what the fight was about.
Neither do I.
Whenever we do argue, main topics are where we're going to eat, because Monica always wants to go out for dinner, and I always want to be more frugal and buy food in. But that's just different cultures. Like Monica in New York, Monica goes out for, she goes out for food 3 times a day. It's ridiculous. Whereas in the UK, I want to go out kind of once a week or so. So we got to kind of find the mix. So, you know, because it can get very expensive. If you buy 3 meals a day, that can easily add up to, you know, £50+ a day, $100 a day almost. So it can get very expensive, and Monica's just, you're not used to that, are you?
No, we're just used to doing it.
So we sometimes argue about that. Like, I just want to, well, it's not argue, is it? We sometimes just
like
have
bicker.
little,
it's just like a bicker.
yeah, we sometimes, bicker, that's a perfect word.
Yeah.
We sometimes bicker about stuff like that, like when I just want to go to the shop and grab a sandwich and Monica's like, oh no, let's go to a restaurant, I want to take you out to eat, or something like that. So that's one of the things we argue about. We argue about sleeping quite a lot. So I get up super early. I get up between probably about 6, 6:30, 7 at a push most days. Whereas Monica, today you got up at about 11 AM,
No,
I think.
it was 10:30.
Yes. Okay, so Monica's definition of up, okay, so when I say I wake up at 6:30, that means I wake up at 6:30 and get out of bed and, you know, brush my teeth and wake up and get some breakfast and stuff like that. Monica's definition of waking up is when she lies in bed pretty much unconscious and goes, I'm up.
Is this an intervention? Because I feel like it is.
So we argue about that, but it's just, we're just different people. Monica goes to bed later than me, and I go to bed, you know, obviously earlier than her. So I kind of get annoyed about that sometimes, because even when we're together, I feel like we're living in separate time zones just because she gets up 5 hours later than me. Which is kind of fair enough. A lot of the time when she comes over to the UK, she's, you know, you stay jet lagged for a couple of weeks, don't you? You got hair stuck to your lip.
Doing it good?
Yeah, got it. Monica stays jet lagged for a couple of weeks, so obviously I can kind of appreciate that you're not back in the UK time zone yet. So, you know, when she woke up at 11 AM this morning, or 10:30, sorry, that was actually 5:30 her time, and she's getting used to the time zone. So those are two of the things we argue about mostly, or bicker, like you said, we kind of bicker about them mostly. So it's eating, so food, and when we're going to sleep, like bedtimes, and when we're waking up and stuff like that. Another thing we argue about relatively frequently is... What?
I don't know, I thought you knew something, so I don't know.
No, I was trying to just think as I spoke. I think usually it just comes down to how much money she wants to spend versus how much money I want to spend, because I'm much more frugal than her. Basically, when I earn money, I put it in a savings account and think of how I can invest it. When Monica gets paid, she goes, ooh, shoes!
No! I have like no shoes right now.
Monica says she has no shoes right now. Okay guys, last time we went on vacation, she brought a suitcase specifically for her shoes.
Yeah, but I've had them for years and years. I haven't bought myself.
You said I have no shoes right now. You brought a separate suitcase full of shoes. Did you do it this time?
No.
Yes, you did. You brought that Islander bag full of shoes. She brings a separate suitcase full of shoes and then says she has no shoes.
Honey, I have 2 pairs of black boots. One is knee high, that's why. The other is just a short one. I have my slippers, I have my sliders, and I have my black shoes.
No, you got a bunch of sneakers and everything
Not
with you.
with me, no.
Oh, no.
That's why I've been trying to buy a pair of sneakers.
Anyway, guys, the whole kind of point of this video was to catch up with you guys now that Monica's back in the UK.
Yay.
And just basically have a chat to you guys and be like, look, this is who we are, this is how we come across in videos, this is how we are in real life. And we do argue sometimes, we do bicker sometimes, we don't really put it on YouTube that much. At the end of the day, guys, if you're watching this channel and if you're in a relationship with someone and you bicker or you argue or you fight, it's completely natural. Everybody does it. And even the most perfect relationships fight all the time. So you've got nothing to worry about whatsoever. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video and just for kind of catching up, really.
We should do more of these.
Yeah, should we do more of these? Comment below if you like this kind of style of video where we just kind of sit down and have a chat to you guys. And I'll not answer all of you in the comments and, you know, on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. If you ever have any questions or want advice or you want someone to talk to or anything, then we're probably going through the same stuff. We're in a long distance relationship. It is very hard.
We get it.
Yeah, we understand that it's very hard. It's a big sacrifice. So if any of you guys are and you're struggling, then, you know, just let us know. Keep the love alive.
Like it, comment, and subscribe.
She is the slowest person at saying that ever, but peace! We love you, Panda family.